like chill, not super edited video. So if you don't want to watch this is totally fine. For some reason, I just feel like I need to express a bunch of shit to the void. So this is probably gonna have me rambling on and just having a bunch of weird pauses, talking about just where I've been at. And so I'm gonna do like this video, and then I'm gonna do like an announcement trailer because I'm working on something. That I'm gonna announce that's gonna be this bigger thing that I'm gonna be working on for a bit. So I want to announce that, and I want to like do a video with that and announce it in a proper way. But I was gonna for some reason do it in like the same video and just like talk about a bunch. I wrote up this whole script, and I was just like, blah, I don't want to freaking edit this and do all that shit. So instead, I'm just gonna record myself rambling for 10 minutes, and whoever wants to watch that video can watch that video and can hit me down in the comments and be like, yo, I watched this, I love you, man. And I'll be like, dude, cousin Dave, my only person who watched this, or something like that. But yeah, so this is gonna be just a chill kind of me talking about where I've been, and if you don't want to watch that, it's fine. I'm not gonna like take offense to it. I just feel like I need to express this into the void before moving on to the next step. For some reason, I've been like locked on just like I feel like I need to announce this thing before I can like move on. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. So first things first, I'm in California now, which is pretty sweet. Me and Yard are here, and we've been here for a few months. We haven't actually been able to do much because, like, when we got down here, the Rona-itis was, like, super, super bad. And on top of that, it's, like, way bigger of a city than either of us were expecting it to be. So it's, like, this very, very large city. But, like you think, like, with, like, New York City, right? Like, New York City is, like, it's huge, but it's, like, really condensed. So, like, you can walk from one side of New York City to, like, the other in, like, no time, right? It's, like an hour and a half or some shit like that. Like, it's crazy. Whereas here, like, trying to walk from one side of the city to the other side is going to be, like 10 plus hours, maybe probably longer. That might just be a random assumption that I'm making, but it's a very large space, and everything is very spaced out. So it's not. I was like coming down here and I was like, dude, I'm gonna rock like a skateboard and I'm just gonna skate around everywhere. And then like I found out that it was just very large, and I was like, wow, yeah, no, even a bike might not be like enough. So we're actually getting a car, which we got kind of figured out. We're gonna get a car, and we're just gonna start going around and doing stuff, and hopefully hitting up like parks and stuff and going on some nice walks. That's another thing too, is like I don't think I've been getting enough sun. I've been making it a it's now a commitment of mine to go out and walk at least once a day, because I kind of stayed inside and I was getting a little kooky, and I think it's just a severe lack of vitamin D more than anything, because like my diet's been good, my exercise has been but like not shitty enough to really like make me feel like I would feel like super shitty and lethargic. So yeah. Anyways, going more on that, like, yeah, we got here, and I just, like, I didn't really, we didn't really have a plan after getting down here. We were just so focused on getting down here. So, like, we kind of got down here, and I was just like, well, shit, what am I doing, right? Like, and it made me think, and I was like, well, I want to work on Will. But, like, the thing about Will is that, like, it just, for too long, I was in this mindset, like, when I started Will, and I'll talk more about this in the announcement trailer of what I'm working on now. When I started Will, it was more for me than anything else. I really wanted to do it. I really wanted to make something. I wanted to prove something to myself. When I finished episode 3, it became less about me, and it became less about me wanting to do it and more about me feeling the need to do it. And that really kind of screwed me up a lot, and for the longest time I was creating art, not just even Will, but like I was just creating art because I felt like I needed to do it. And to be fair, you know, sometimes there's a fucking truck outside. To be fair, sometimes you just gotta pull yourself up by your britches and, you know, make some shit happen. And I guess I'll talk about that. So like, here, I have the script right next to me that I can just reference that I'm not really fucking adhering to fully. So I also burnt myself out bad for a really long time. I just didn't recognize that, and it came not from working too much on things, but just working too much without really feeling like I wanted to, more than I needed to, which is kind of a weird oxymoron. But I took a break. I played FF7R, and that was fucking amazing. And that fucking inspired the shit out of me, and also just that chill time, right, really fucking reset me. I literally just took a few days off and I played through the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then I started playing through it again on hard mode because I love it so much. And yeah, that like taking that break really reset me, and I was like I left that and I was like, dude, I really want to make a bunch of stuff, and I have been sort of like I guess that's the thing is like I didn't want to work on Will, but I wanted to work on whatever I wanted to, so I was just kind of like working on random shit on my YouTube channel and stuff like that. And I've released a few random videos, and there was like the Final Fantasy X thing that was just like it was just some crazy rant. That was all feeling, man. There was no fucking planning to that script. There was nothing. It was just me just going through. It was just all feeling, and it ended horribly because like it took too long to like make it, I feel like. But I was really just feeling it that day that I woke up and started working on it. It was real to me, and I was so happy in those moments. And then I just moved on, I guess, and I just kind of like that video was I like a lot, but like yeah, it gained no traction, it got nowhere, and that's fine. But like I don't know, I feel like I've seen a lot of YouTubers do stuff like that and whatever. I'm not really a YouTuber, I guess, at this point yet, if anything. But anyways, going back onto this is why I'm doing this as like a random video where I just ramble because if I were to try to edit this, it would be so fucking much. Whereas if I go at what I'm announcing with intent, it's gonna be a lot better. Anyways, so more recently I played a game that's called No Straight Roads, which you probably have heard of if you're at all into the gaming scene at all or not. But No Straight Roads broke me as an artist, and that's something that I really wanted to bring up. Is that No Straight Roads literally broke me as an artist. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a crazy ass mug. Done by I'm gonna call him my uncle. He's not like related to me via blood, but I'm gonna call him my uncle Joe, who is my brother's uncle on my brother's father's side. That's why it's not related because my brother and me share the same mother, but not the same father. So on his father's, but like it doesn't really fucking matter. Like me and my brother's brother Grafton, we just call each other brothers because like he's my brother's brother, therefore we're brothers, right? Like anyway, this is some crazy. This thing is fucking awesome. I just wanted to say that it's a cool mug. Anyway, so NSR. Here I'll fucking pull up some crazy. No, I don't feel like doing that. Well, I could just like I'm doing this via streaming platform, so I'll just pull up some like art. NSR. That's not gonna give me what I want. No Straight Roads. Here we go. So, No Straight Roads broke me, artistically speaking. This is showing like, by the way, this is showing. Let me like. It's apparently not showing. Like, oh, I'm in like the melee. If I do like this, yeah, there we go. Okay, so like no straight. This is showing like nothing of why this game hit me so hard. Well, that's not true. So the style of this game is something that's so unique and so so colorful and so beautiful and so there's so much flair to it and so fucking good and like the all the characters. But that's the thing is like, for example, this is like a big gameplay moment. This guy like just dances while you're fighting him, and I guess the thing that I'm trying to say with all this is just that like the way this game plays and the way this game feels and the way these characters are drawn and just everything about this game is just something that just it broke me. It made me it just like whatever porcelain fucking vision I had of myself, you know, as an artist just shattered and just exploded and just fell to the ground into a crumpled mess of just glass and bullshit and just the fucking duct tape that was holding it up is just all there. And all I'm trying to say with that is that like I got so set on my style and I felt like my style was good enough it wasn't necessarily like the best, but I felt like it was something that just had enough of a personality that for some reason the stars would align and I would get offered something because it was something good. And it's not even whether or not that's true, right? I'm not gonna try to say that's true because I don't think it is. I think I definitely got a lot of work to do. But on the other side, right? I was playing this game and it just the art and shit for it just made me realize how much I didn't like my style. It's not that I don't think it's a good one. It's just it made me realize how much I wanted to change, artistically speaking, and how much I wanted to grow and how much I really and like it just hit me and I was like, holy shit, that's right. I want to get way better than I am. It's not like about making it's not about making something good. It's about making something bad so that I can improve, right? Like it's all about the improving, not the final product to me. Um, so, anyways, um, with that being said, this game inspired me. That's what I'm trying to say with that, and it just made me realize that here I got some good stuff written for this. So it kind of shattered the idea of style that I had in my head and kind of made me realize that where a lot of my struggle more recently is me wanting to get better at art, and I've struggled to break from the style that I'm used to drawing in, among other things. It really inspired me to sort of start from square one and be okay with making shitty art in an attempt to expand my horizons. I was in the mindset that I was capable of better without actually producing anything better, and that kind of hit me harder and harder each time, so I was beating myself up bad for how mediocre my art was. In a quote that I made for myself that I really think hits home on how I feel, especially at how people who, especially looking at how a lot of people who I stand as artists really produce art. In order to be the best artist, you have to be the worst artist. And this is something I've been saying to myself past week or so since it really hit me, and it's a really big quote in my opinion of how people really need to view improving as an artist and how people really need to approach being an artist. Because it's not about being a good artist, right? The best artists are people who have sucked just horribly way more than anyone else. Like, sure, you can always throw some sort of like of like fucking some little whipped cream topping of talent, that's just someone picked up something a lot faster than someone else. But more often than not, there's like talent doesn't mean shit. And I'm just gonna say that like because there's so many people that are probably talented, right? Like they're like the people you see in high school that are just like, oh yeah, they can draw really good like cool stuff, and then they like don't do anything with it, and then just fucking like fall into mediocrity and like just completely like lose, like they don't have any direction with their art, like talent without direction doesn't mean shit, right? And more often than not, there's a lot of people who really struggle for a long period of time to get to that skill level, and it takes them years and years and years. Like Rice Pirate Mick is a really good example in my book, and he's someone who really inspires me. Is he didn't like really pick up the pen and start drawing till he was like 29, right? And he's been making fucking like he went from some crazy really bad art to like some JoJo's level art, which I could show, but I don't feel like looking it up. So look up Rice Pirate Mick and look up Blood Sun Vendetta if you want to see where he's at right now. He's I think he's like 40 or 41 now, so like he's been doing it for like 10 years, 11 years, and he's just improved notably. And like it was just my point is that if you look at where he started, right, like he started late and he started bad, but he just really wanted it, so he just kept learning wherever he could. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is that the best artist is the worst artist. Is like the best artist, more often than not, is gonna be able to accept and approach failure really well, and more often seek it than anything else. So it's okay to produce really shitty art. That's okay. That means that you're gonna learn, right? And very very much like looking at where you're falling short and where you want to improve is a big part of it, of course. But it didn't hit me until I kind of said that quote to me. So yeah, I think that's the thing with the first episode the first few episodes of Will, is that I was totally okay with it looking like garbage because it was more about me proving to myself that I could make something than anything else. And then it became a commitment to sort of follow through with the same momentum and feel like I needed to do something of a higher level, like groundbreaking, mind shattering shit at a certain point, and really, one, I was looking at the animatic for episode 4, and if I just made episode 4, I would have pulled through with like it would have looked better than anything that I had done before. So I should have just trusted myself on that if I wanted to do that. And two, like I really got to get out of my own ass and fucking like I don't want to say it's an ego, but like it's definitely, this is like me just kind of realizing that I don't really need to give a shit. Like people support me because I'm trying, not because I'm actually doing something good. And if someone is only supporting me because I'm producing that mind shattering shit, then they're kind of like a fake person. I don't really. Well, why should I care? You know. So, and what I mean by that is more just like there's like the fans of like the artwork itself, and then there's the fans of the person, and like what I'm trying to say more than anything is just like, if someone's gonna support me, there's a difference between someone supporting me and someone supporting my artistic vision, you know, and the people who support me are the people who I care way more about than like I don't really care about my artistic vision. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like I just want to improve. I just want to make stuff. I just want to feel and just make some cool shit. And really that's always what it's been. That's why I pursued animation in the first place. That's why it's just because I want to have fun and I want to make stuff, and I just want to have fun. That's like the biggest thing, and I stopped having fun, and that's all it really is to it. But yeah, so let's see here. I also noticed I was trying to work in a lot more chill time. So this is another thing that I noticed, is that like I was so fucking driven on will for so long, and I just, you know, metaphorically, I was just running, and I just fucking fell face first into the ground and kept running and just dug myself deeper into the ground as I just kept going. And I just kept going and kept going and kept going. And I never fucking acknowledged that I really burnt myself out at a certain point. And because I just kept going and kept going and kept trying to push it, the longer I pushed it, the more that like when I sat down and played FF7, I literally took like a vacation for like a week plus, right? Like, it was just like I couldn't fucking focus on anything. I couldn't do anything that, like, artistically speaking. I just wanted to play. I couldn't even record it, dude. I tried recording it and it felt like way too much, so I just played it. And honestly, I gotta play games more by myself, or stream them might be a little bit easier, because then there's no pressure on me to really do that thing. But which is something I'll get into. But you see why now that I'm like just doing it this way? I don't know if anybody is watching up until this point, but like you'll see now why I'm just recording this as just a random fucking ramble sesh, because it just would have been fucking hell to edit. So I'm just ramble sesh, then announcement, and the announcement is what I expect more people to see. Anyways, so yeah, I fucking took a week off, and that was crazy, and I needed it, more importantly. But like after that, like there was just no, like, my reality of the idea of just being able to push myself and it wasn't even that like I couldn't push myself. That's the thing, is like I could just keep going and keep going and keep going, but like artistically speaking and just creatively speaking and inspirationally speaking, it's just not good. Like at a certain point, you're just gonna tap out your resource of like inspiration and drive and passion, and then you're just gonna be. I was running. Oh yeah, that was the quote that I said to myself. I was running on fumes for so long, I forgot what real inspiration felt like. And let that sink in, right? I was running on fumes for so long that I forgot what real inspiration felt like. And that's the thing, is like I just played FF7R and like No Straight Roads and stuff like that, and just when I was playing them, you know, I got so inspired, like undeniably, to make shit, because it just hit me so hard, and I like it so much. And I was just giving myself none of that for the longest time. I was just making shit and expecting myself to care. You know, like it was so much, I was putting so much expectation on myself that wasn't just there. And anyways, so I guess what I'm trying to say with that is that like I started to work in a little bit more chill time, but I also noticed that for a while, so like the past few months since I started doing that, I actually was getting a lot out of it, like playing some video games more, and you know, just chilling out and zoning out on something, and actually fully like giving a shit about something I was watching or something like that. It was really good, and fun. And like, so I've been playing some more video games, and I've been playing, like, watching movies with intent to actually like watch them, and or making stuff just to make random shit instead of just trying to make stuff. I've just been like trusting myself, and that's been good. And I have definitely produced some random shit that I've released on my channel and stuff like that. But like, ultimately, I got more into this habit. Oh yeah. So there's another quote: "The moment you let it go is the moment it all comes back." Is something that I learned. That was also another learning moment. So like, sometimes when like, you know, you're on your last legs and stuff like that, you just gotta like let it go. Go do something else. Just play a video game, dude. Just fucking take the day off. Play some fucking Zelda, do fucking whatever, right? And then like you'll notice that as soon as you let it go, dude, like it'll just fucking come back at you full storm, right? And just hit you, and it's like, it's kind of like you know, you can't direct your passion, right? Your passion's supposed to direct you, right? You can't, like, you already know what you want. You know what I mean? You can't like tell yourself what you want when you already know what you want, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like, you know, if you were to like, you know, if your passion was a dog and you put it on a leash, right, and then just held it, right, how could it like if you were telling it where to, you know, go, right, it can't move because it's in your arms. You're forcing it like into this like locked position, right, and it can't do anything, right, and you're like, come on, let's go, right, like it's not gonna work, right? But if you let the dog lead you, right, and then you go on this crazy adventure, it's I don't know if that's the best metaphor, but like that's the best metaphor that I could come up with in the moment. And I guess my point is that like I wasn't feeling it, you know, and so I just let it go. And as soon as I let it go, the real reason, like, instead of me feeling like I needed to feel it, suddenly the feeling actually came back and was just like, dude, this is what it's all about. And I was like, oh yeah, right, because like I wasn't trying to force it, right? And Kid Cosmic is a good example of this. There's he talks about, like, in Kid Cosmic, it's a cartoon. It just dropped on Netflix that you can check out. And like in the beginning, they're learning like the use of the powers that they have in the show, and he's just like, yeah, man, you gotta want it, but like not too much, right? And he goes into this like Zen state and starts floating, and that really speaks to me artistically, because like you gotta want it, but you gotta like not like try to force it at the same time. You just kind of let it flow, right? If you try too hard, the flow's interrupted, and if you don't give it the time of day at all, the flow's interrupted. And that segues me into my next part, which is I was chilling, but I started chilling all the time. I started trying to only work on stuff when I was feeling it, instead of, you know, just in general. And I definitely have been working on a lot of stuff, and I've definitely been drawing, and it's definitely been good what I've been making. But like, you know, I started getting in the habit of just kind of not working on shit a lot. So I was just kind of like I would work on something, and then I'd just be like, hey, I'm not feeling it, and then I would like play a video game for like a few hours, and then I'd feel it or something like that later, or I'd start doing something. Like, it's just kind of like, it's kind of hard to like, I think part of it is just like I haven't been, oh shit, that's my tea, bruh, it's burning. I think like artistically speaking, I completely lost my train of thought. I scared myself with my tea kettle, and then I guess the thing is that like it's hard to work, like when you don't have a direction that you're going in, you know, at a certain point, like it's hard to sort of just start and get everything going. And that's, you know, like at a certain point you kind of have the idea down in stone, and it's easy to just sort of place all the pieces into place and make something happen. But before you have an idea, like, so like I've been doing all this little stuff, and it's just stuff that I could like do in a day or 2 days or something like that. And that's been fine because as soon as like you lock down on the idea, it's like right, and it just drops out. But like it's not been anything bigger because I've been like scared to approach something bigger, not because of the workload or because it's just because like I don't know what I haven't known what I fucking wanted. But like I guess like the thing is I could make myself work on something, not make myself, but I could set myself up to work on something bigger while also like if I ever am not feeling super hot on that one, right, I could go and work on something else, or I could of course play some video games, but I could just get myself in the rhythm of working on it. And that's another thing too, is like as much like that's been a learning moment, is that like you know here I'll just read it. Other than a few random bits in here, I wanted to change that. I think I've been waiting to feel it every time, and more often than not, the feeling I'm looking for actually comes from doing it first, and then I get fired up to make some stuff happen. And I think that's very true. Sometimes, like, you know, you're just doodling and you're fucking around and you're doing whatever with an idea, and then suddenly it hits you what like it actually could be, and you're just like, oh shit, right? And you really start working on it. And occasionally, I wrote it like this for some reason. Occasionally, I just get rawed by massive inspiration, but I can't just wait for that to happen because usually it's a lot more consistent if I'm actually doing things, and that's true as well. Sometimes, like I made this weird, stupid, dummy thick muscle girls video on my YouTube channel, and that one's actually kind of got out there a lot more than anything else that I've ever posted, and I like that. So it was pretty funny, but like it was just this stupid idea I had when I was just washing dishes, and I was just going off on bits and verbally and doing whatever, and it was just some stupid shit that I was like in my head. And then I just like got, and I went and took a shower, and then I got out and I was like, I think I'm gonna make this happen. And I just started working on it, and I just recorded all the lines and did all the stuff, and it just kind of, so like every once in a while, you know, you just get hit by those like fucking just lightning bolts of like crazy shit, but like more often than not, like you have like an idea and you really got to tinker with it before it feels like something good. And that's something that, you know, you just got to you got to put the time in. That's like the biggest thing. Like you don't you don't got to fucking workaholic it and just do it all day every day, but like setting aside at least a good couple of hours every day to work on something that you're just tinkering around with. Even if you're just like, I'm just going to draw a bunch of random sketches for this character, or I'm going to work on this part to sort of just flesh it out. You know, and that's just something that like I think I wasn't really, you know, because like I went from one end of the spectrum, was just being way too fucking on top of shit. Not that you can be like way too on top of shit, but I guess I was just like, I was hurting myself just trying to force so much fucking shit because I'm this artistic genius that's supposed to fucking be pumping out this shit all the fucking time. And then I was just like, I gotta take a step back, and I went from that side to just fucking the complete other end of the spectrum, and it was just like, alright, I gotta chill now. And then I was just like, I'm gonna chill all the time now. And then like got into like this super zen mode for a long time, but like ultimately didn't really make too much happen, even though I am proud of what I have made in that time. It's just like I could be doing so much more, and I should be doing so much more. And I think part of it is just Quarantanus here is just rough. I think part of it is just like I really, when stuff's going on and like I'm doing a lot of things, it feels a lot more easy to do a lot more things. But like with nothing going on, it's just like I just kind of in this fugue state of just like kind of sitting here waiting for shit to happen in some ways, which is why I gotta like kind of prop myself up to make something, because like if I'm making stuff happen, then that's gonna benefit me in some ways. But yeah, anyways, I went to the complete other end of the spectrum, and goddamn, I just gotta find this middle ground. I gotta find this balance, and you know, like where I'm both like putting the time in to make some good stuff happen and actually working on it, but also not just killing myself to the point where I just burn out and just completely fuck myself over, basically, you know, but also not just, you know, doing nothing but playing video games for like 3 weeks straight, right? Like, not that I don't deserve that at a certain point. I think the least I deserved after making 3 episodes of Will, even though like the last episode, but like I'm just saying that like for how bad I burned myself out, I think playing video games for a few weeks is not that bad. But like, I guess what I'm trying to say is I can do it together. You know, I can just work on stuff a lot and then also just give myself a day here and there to sort of just chill and do whatever. You know, uh, or at least a few hours here and there. And so like I just want to do both. I just want to figure out a middle ground, and I've had trouble finding that middle ground because whenever I set myself on either one, I'm just kind of a balls deep kind of guy. I just kind of like all or nothing whenever I'm like set up to do something. I'm just like I'm fucking into it and I just go for it. Um, or I just don't, or I just dance around it and I don't actually dip into it at all. You know, like it's I don't know. Like that's always been how I've been. I gotta change that and just kind of learn to balance everything, I guess. But another thing that kind of made me realize is that like I can't be feeling it. Like I'm not expected to feel it. I don't think anybody would expect anyone to be on top of their shit every fucking day, right? If you're not on top of your shit, sometimes that's concerning. If you're just never on top of your shit, that's one thing. But like always being on top of your shit, that's just like that's inhumane almost. You know, like people are we're human beings. We're messes. You know, we're messes that deserve work. And so I'm not expecting myself to be on top of shit every day. I was for the longest time. But perfectionism is like the worst thing you can have as an artist because like you like the flaws and the failures are where you're gonna learn and stuff. So you gotta fuck up, you know. But yeah. So I basically like I just blanked. Anyways, you can't be expected basically to bring your A game every day. Um, you should hope to. You know, like you should hope to bring your A game every day. Like more often than not, I would say like you should set yourself up to sort of like that's why like I exercise, I eat good, I do all this stuff because like when I sleep well, you know, and I wake up and I'm just like today I woke up and I'm just like yeah, you know, like I want to do shit and I want to work on that. That's my A game. Like let's go. That's why I'm recording this. You know, I'm getting this done. But sometimes, you know, like I think this was the quote that I came up with was just hope to bring your A game every day, but some days you just gotta bring your C game and get shit done anyways. You know, and like I think that's super true. Like I think like more often than not you want to bring your best every fucking time you can, but sometimes sometimes it's just a poopy day. But like, you just work on some stuff anyways, you know. Like, and some days like it's just a really poopy day, you know, and like just chill and do whatever. And like, I'm not saying, you know, run yourself into the ground, but like if you're waiting to feel it every fucking day, more often than not, you're not gonna do anything. So sometimes you just gotta get yourself. I guess what I'm trying to say is sometimes you just gotta throw yourself into it, and more often than not, that's actually gonna yield really good results. And a lot of time you're going to be feeling it, but sometimes like it's just like it's not that you're not feeling it, it's just not that you're feeling super on top of shit, and like you just got to get some shit done anyways. Like just doodle, just fucking do some shit. And ultimately at the end of the day if you write it off it's fine, you know, you learn from it and whatever. And then like so I don't know, balance I guess is what I'm trying to say. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I guess that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, and I'm working on something bigger that I'm gonna announce, and this is gonna be something I'm gonna be working on for a while. And I want to say it like that because I'm probably gonna improve a lot while I'm working on this, and it's probably gonna get written over and over and over. But I would like to announce this, and I'm not gonna put any special date on when it needs to be done, even though I have a date in mind. That would be nice, and pretty legit. But I am going to start working on that as much as I possibly can, and yeah, I guess we'll hear more about that in the announcement trailer that I'll be making and posting alongside this. But long story short, I kind of got here. I got into a funk state. And I've been like weirdly like really fucking inspired half the time and then just like laying on my fucking bed staring up at the ceiling not knowing what the fuck to do the other half of the time. And I think part of it has just been my own habitual like yeah, like I've just gotten myself into a habit where like I'm not going out like I said, you know, like I got to go outside and get a walk in every day and stuff like that because like I think for a while I was just not treating myself kindly in a lot of ways. It was just kind of feeling like garbage and like kind of setting myself up to feel like garbage and makes sense. So I kind of want to change that and get back on top of shit. And I think another part of it is just like, you know, the lack of motion. I'm a real social kind of person in a lot of ways, and I would love to go out and meet a bunch of people and do a bunch of things. And there is a big portion of LA that's active, but most of it has nothing to do with any like I would like to like sign up for some classes or like go do some bowling or like do some cool shit. There's probably arcades and shit here that I'd like to go do, but like most of that shit is closed down, and most everybody who is active and going doing stuff is just kind of wandering around aimlessly outside. So I don't know if those are the people that I really want to meet and go and do shit with. You know, I'd rather sign up for like a class and go and meet people that way and do some other shit. So I also would like me particularly, I would be walking into studios if they were open and just kind of like getting feedback from the artists and stuff like that if I could. So I don't know. It's a whole thing, but I'm hoping to. I guess like last little bit is like I'll probably announce this on the trailer too, but not trailer, the announcement video. But so I've like streamed like twice so far in the past few days on Twitch, and I actually like learned. I'm actually recording this with my streaming software, which is why I can do shit like this. What? Which is cool. But I started streaming twice, and I played some video games in the first one. I played some video games in the second one, and I really like that more. So like when I used to do gameplay, it was just me rambling alone, and nobody really saw that. But like when I did like streaming, you know, like people would show up and actually talk to me, and there was a lot less pressure on me to sort of like try to be entertained. Because like if no one's there, who do I have to entertain? And then I can just post the stream, and if someone wants to watch the stream, they can watch the stream. But like I guess it's more of like I don't know. It felt a lot more casual, and I felt like a lot more fun doing it. So I think I might just start streaming some video games. But I also think that as soon as I announce this thing, that I'm gonna set myself up to stream in the mornings at least for a couple of hours. I might stream more. But just stream myself working on what I'm working on. I think this will give me a lot of drive to actually do it, because I can't do, like, if I'm streaming, right, I can't do a lot of the bad habits that I've gotten into in a lot of ways, because like, you know, like for example, I can't just like sit naked on stream in my own juices and just like fucking, you know, like I'm gonna watch YouTube now, you know, and like just kind of like sluggishly like do whatever. I kind of feel like I need to sort of not necessarily be entertaining, but I need to be doing something. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be working, and then people can join into the jump into the stream and sort of chat and talk and we can do stuff, and I can like put on music and I can put on movies and I can stream whatever I'm doing with my work process. But it would give me more of like a work schedule, I guess. Like it would give me a schedule to actually you put in the time, and if I'm putting in the time, I think a lot will come from it, even if I'm not really like sure what I'm trying to accomplish, you know. So I think I'm gonna make like a work schedule where I stream, you know, 8 hours a day or something like that, 5 days a week or some shit, and then if nobody shows up, it doesn't really matter because I'm still streaming and I still feel the need to like it's me hitting the punch time on the clock, you know, and putting the hours in, you know, more than anything. And if something comes from it and I actually like start growing as a streamer, that would be sweet, and that'd be awesome, and I'd love that. But if at the end of the day I just stream and a few of my friends hit me up every once in a while and just come into the chat and do whatever, then that's that. But yeah. So if you want, I guess I'll include my Twitch stream down in the description if you want to go and follow me on Twitch. But it's cool because I have like this whole setup where, like, for example, if I go like here, and then just like type in the Twitch chat, it'll appear right here, which is kind of cool. So like if you go and talk to me on Twitch and stuff like that, like it'll appear on the stream, and I'll be recording it all the time and posting it up on the gameplay channel, and so like you can come and sort of you know, have a good time. I also think like streaming will keep things civil. Like I'm all for like stupid dick jokes and stuff in private and whatever, but like there's a clear audience sometimes, and there's clearly like not an audience sometimes. And so when I'm streaming, I feel like a lot of the stuff I don't want to say I don't really care for, but like it'll just keep people from like I will be able to stay on task without going off on some random fucking, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I guess I'm just trying to say that it's just I feel like I'll be able to stay focused because I'm streaming the thing that I'm supposed to be focused on. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so streaming's a thing, blah blah blah. That's the whole story, I think. This is why I did this like this, because it's what 40 something minutes long, and I'm just gonna drop that, I guess. And because I felt like I just needed to shout this into the void. Nobody really necessarily needs to see this, but I just felt like I needed to express how I was feeling, mostly to people who might not understand where I've been or what I've been doing. But I don't necessarily need them to see it, just more to feel like the accomplishment that I actually said it, and put it out there. So if somebody wants to watch this and actually see where I've been and what I've been doing, awesome, love you, thank you for making it this far, and hey, tell me down in the comments that you actually watched the whole video, because I'll say something. I'll be like, you are the best person ever, and I probably won't remember that I said exactly those words, but I'll say something kind. But if not, yeah, whatever. I'm just making this to say it and do it, whatever. And I didn't feel like editing this so fucking horrendously and ridiculously that it would have been so much work that I just don't want to do for this particular thing. Like, that just seems like so much work for something that nobody's gonna give a shit about. Maybe if I was a bigger YouTuber, like, people would give a shit about what I'm saying just with my personal shit. But, like, yeah, no, I don't think really anybody really cares enough. And the people that do, like, I already know, appreciate me and, like, don't really need me to fucking go the extra distance just to just fucking edit, put like 80 hours into editing this crazy fucking like recording for some, like, they already know. They already know where I've been because I've been talking to them as much as I can. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go write the script up, I guess, for the announcement trailer, which I guess since I'm dropping these at the same time, I can just say that I won't even say it. I'm just gonna say that there's an announcement trailer that you can go and watch right now, that I will link in the description, and you can check it out. And that's, I guess, where I'm at and what I'm gonna start working on, among other things. So, yeah.